Am I getting feedback on the mic?
Go ahead.
All right, everybody, I'm Madium. Yeah, the second, please blow the horn. Kazakh Shapar, if you could. Just go ahead and state your register.
Kazakh Shapar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasharala.
Kazakh Shapar, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasharala. Oh, salute.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Barakatham.
Oh, no, not yet. Oh. All right, you can blow the trumpet one more time.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
La
La Yashala.
La Yashala.
Yashala.
All right, you blow the trumpet one more time. Hold it for a second. Grab that paper. Just set the paper down on the table. No, when you hold it, put it down. Take it off the scroll. All right. So, Salagia, everybody's already standing. Wapan Hakidum, it means turn to face the east. Oh, you got the prayers right there. Oh, you can set the horn.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah. Shemka. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalakla. Kawabwaf now. Kasalak now. Kawabwafya now. Wala'ah. Tabaya'ah now. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashai now. Mayan. Ra. Kayalaka. Hamalakwa. Waha Allah. Wahata Pa'ara. Wa'aiwa Lamya. Aman.
In the English, Our Father. Which art in
heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy
will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. Forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Barak Lanawa. Wayasha'ala,
Wayasha'ala,
Wahabaya,
Wahabaya,
Sapariya,
Sapariya,
Barak,
Barak,
Raba'ah,
Raba'ah,
Magun,
Magun,
Hagun,
Hagun,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Tawala Aman.
Tawala Aman.
All right, bless Israel in English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
bless us,
bless us,
and Israel,
and Israel,
and the school,
and the school.
bless, heal,
Bless Hill,
Bless Hill,
shield and protect,
shield and protect
our loved ones,
our loved ones.
in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
so be it.
the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Baba Kusha,
Baba Kusha,
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Hakat,
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 Larafa'ah,
Larapa'ah,
Kal Makala,
Kahamakala,
Wakal Maruwa,
Wakalawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Matazaria,
Matazaria,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahakwayam,
Lahaplia,
Hamathiam,
Hamathia,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Al-Rakawa,
Arakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Tawada Aman.
Tawala Aman.
Prayer for the power in the English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
the power to heal,
the power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
To cast them out.
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al,
Hahoyu,
Hahoyu, Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Azariah,
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 Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'arajaza,
Wa'arataza,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Ragalka,
Ragalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazarka,
Tazarka,
Al-Yah,
Al-Yah,
Yamyanka,
Yanaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makara,
Makara,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Ah, Napashka,
Napashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'aka,
Taza'aka,
Waba Wa'aka,
Waba'aka,
Ma'aka,
Ma'aka,
Wa'ad,
Wa'ad,
Awalam.
Avalon.
Alright. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
unto the hills,
From which cometh my help?
from which cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot.
He will not suffer my foot.
So like he will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
Will
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade
Upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Sun
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
From all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in
From this time forth.
from this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayam,
Alahayam,
Al-Damaya Laka,
Al-Dalaka,
Al-Dakarash,
Al-Dakarash,
Wa Al-Dashakwat,
Wa'al-Tashakwat,
Al-Kayahana,
Al-Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Al-Yawabaka,
Yahamayawan,
Yahamayawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Amaka,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakyadam,
Wa'adakakya,
Wagaya,
Wagari,
Wala'ah,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakor,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Na'aitza,
Laba,
Laba,
Lakadwa,
Hakam,
Ayaka,
Alika,
Baya,
Baya,
Yakarakwa,
Yakamakwa,
Ahaya,
Ahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Wa,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Allah,
Allah,
Yam,
Yam,
Mawa Abba,
Mawa Abba,
Wahagaya,
Wahagaya,
Gabal,
Nabal,
Wa Amawan,
Wa Amawan,
Wa Amalak,
Wa Amalak,
Palasha,
Palasha,
Am Labanya,
Alabanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Asha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadia,
Kamadia,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyash,
Koyash,
One,
One,
Nashamadwa,
Nasamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan,
Da'ara,
Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Halawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Naida,
Nada,
Ya,
Ya,
Mawa,
Mawa,
Maka'ara,
Makazaba,
Makaza Abba,
Makaza Abba,
Makaza Bat,
Makazaba,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Ka,
Ka,
Nasayakamwa,
Nasayakamwa,
Allahaya,
Alahayam,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rawaka,
Taruka,
Taradatma,
Taradakma,
Basa Araka,
Basa Araka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Wabaka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Palawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Aja'ad,
Ayah,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kabara,
Waya,
Waya,
Abadwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'adwa,
Da'ai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labatka,
Labatka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kaha, Arataza.
Al-Kaha,
Most High in Christ. Let's get the English. Psalms 83. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still.
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
let us cut them off,
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel,
In the name of Israel,
may be no more remembrance.
may be no more to remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against
the
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
and Moab,
and Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
the Baal,
the Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of
the
Tyre,
inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as unto Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
the brook of Kasan,
the brook of Kasan,
which perished at Endor,
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles,
Make their nobles,
like Oreb,
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb,
and like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Zabah,
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
let
Let us take to ourselves,
us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh,
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my Yahweh,
O my Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
Make
make them like a wheel,
as a stumble before the wind,
as a stumble before the
as
wind,
a fire burning for wood,
as a fire burning for wood,
and as a flame setting the mountains on fire.
and as a flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
in thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded,
let them be confounded
and troubled,
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high,
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Alright, sorry, we can turn back and face the front. Go ahead and take the scrolls back down. You can help me with that one. Not the Zach bar, get that one. Don't let it get that one on go. Well, Shabia, and be seated. I'm going to pick up at Genesis chapter 6. Genesis chapter 6.
Let's see here. Genesis chapter 6, verse 8, or it's just chapter 6?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can start at,
Verse 8.
yeah,
But no final grace of the Lord.
Con.
Okay. Matazaya. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Salaki. I don't think this verse 8 starts right. Right here. Right here. That last word right there on the left. On the right side.
And right there. Oh, there. Yanak. Matazaya. Kan. Ba. Ayanaya. Yaha. Yahweh. Lucky. Verse 9. Alaya. The Yala da. The Laya da doth. Nath. Ayash. Taza da ya the quar. The mayam. Hayaha. Badara tha ya ba dara the ya wa ath ha'ilahayam hatha halak nath. Verse 10. Walad. Nayak. Nakah. Shalasha. Banayam. Af. Sham. Ath. Kam. Wa'ath. Yapath. Verse 11. What? Washah. Kath. Ha'ara Tazah. Lapa na ya. Ha'a la ha yam. Watha Malaha. Ha'a Rataza. Kamai Sa. Kamas Sa. Verse 12. Waya Ra'a. Allah Hayan. Ath. Ha'a Rataza. Wa'a YAHANNA. Nasha ka thaha. Kaya. Hawa ka yath. Call. Bashar. Ath. Dara Karwa. Darakar. Isle. Ha'a Rataza. Verse 13. Wa'a Marar. Wayamar. Allah Hayan. Lanathka. Quataza. Call. Bashar. Ba. Lapa na ya. Kaya Mala Af. Wow. Ha'a Rataza. Kamasha. Mapan ya ha yum. Waha nana ya. Masha ka ya thumb. Ath. Ha'a Rataza. I.S.H.A. Al-Ka. Right there, right before we get to, right there. Oh, I'll say it. Laka. And this. The Batha. The Bath. Ataza ya. Gapar. Kwana yum. The I.S.H.A. Hath. Ath. Atha Baha. Yaka Paratha. Atha. Mabayath. Yama Kayataza. Baba Parar. Yata, I'm sorry, Salakia. Verse 15.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it, the English.
15. Okay. Going from 8 to
8
15.
to 18. Yep. 8 to 15.
Ready?
No,
But,
you're going to read it at the head of King James.
yes, sir. Genesis chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. I mean, everybody knows there's men in different generations that were perfect to the Lord. You know what I mean? Like Job or Lot or YAHANNA, you know what I mean, for example. You know, so Noah was one of those brothers that found grace in the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations.
And that's what it means. Like he was perfect. What does it mean to be perfect? To follow all the law, statutes, and commandments. And it just don't stop there. Like you have to have even a certain level of brotherhood. You know what I mean? To love your brothers and be there for your brothers. And you know, Noah was all of those things. He found grace in the Lord, and he was perfect in all of his generations. Go ahead.
And Noah walked with Yahweh.
And he walked with the Most High. You understand? You say he walked with the Most High. It means the Lord was with him. You know what I mean? That's just what it means. Like the Lord was with Noah. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
All right, and those 3 sons that Noah had became they repopulated the whole entire earth after the flood, which is what we're getting into right now. Go ahead.
Verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before Yahweh.
All right, so if the only way the earth can be corrupt if there was a law or a system or some kind of laws or commandments to be broken. You know what I mean? That's the only way the world can be corrupt. You know what I mean? Where there's no law, there's no sin. So it can't be corrupt if there's no law. So you know what I mean? Like we said, Adam had laws. Those laws was passed all the way down to Noah, and even Noah and his sons and everybody that lived after the flood knew the laws because of Noah and his sons. You know what I mean? So and that's the reason why, of course, like Ham, having birthing Cush and Cush birthing Nimrod, and that's why they was before the Lord, because they had an alt with the Most High. Because he was with a certain people, not everybody. And then, of course, even after the flood, he still chose a certain people. So, go ahead.
And the earth was filled with violence.
And the earth was filled with violence. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And Yahweh looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
You understand? All flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. I mean, his way upon the earth was what? These people right here having the laws, statutes, commandments, and ruling over everybody. Meaning, ultimately, everybody should be following the laws, statutes, and commandments. The entire earth, even the heathens and the Gentiles. You know what I mean? But because where we weren't upholding our laws and standards, shit, who the hell else is going to do it? You know what I mean? Just like right now today, we out here breaking the laws. And what does the laws consist of being? What does it mean to break the laws? It means we're following after these other nations. So we're not exalting the power of the Lord and His laws. In fact, we're learning after the other nations. So we threw away what was ours, what the Lord had, the way the Lord had made it on the earth, because we just following after other nations, and they are corrupt people. You know, they out of control. They heathens and animals. You know what I mean? They leave them in charge, and you see what they do: mass murder, genocide, terrorism, homosexuality, and you know what I mean, child molestation. That's the product of other nations being in rulership. All right.
Verse 13. And Yahweh said unto Noah, the ends of all flesh is come before me.
You understand? Say it one more time.
And Yahweh said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me.
You understand? Because the Lord just ain't no all-loving God. Like, He just not loving everybody and just the author of life alone. You know what I mean? He's the author of death too. He kills as well as He gives life. And He's right now going to take lives. Why? Because nobody's following His laws and commandments. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when you say the laws is done away with and all this other stuff, if the Lord didn't, so you telling me the Lord killed all those people just to now say the laws is done away with?
Right.
Come on, man. That's like today, they all them brothers in jail for weed charges, and then now weed is legal. Like, but they still in jail though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Go ahead.
For the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Right. So he's destroying them because they're the ones that's creating violence, which shows that the Most High hates sinners as well as the sins.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all that, oh, God doesn't hate the sinner, he hates the sin. You know, he hates the sinner as well. He will murder you because violence lives through you. Wickedness lives through you. That only way to stop it, if it come down to it, is to kill you. Because you don't want to just shut the hell up and get in class. You don't want to just be quiet and stop getting high. You don't want to just stop being a homosexual. So you know what? Off with his head. You know what I mean? Off you. What point are you here? We got millions upon millions of people out here and that's living violently and corrupting the earth. You're nothing special. You could have been something special, but you decided not to. So you know you're going to be made an example out of. He's going to kill you, and that's what he did. He made an example out of all flesh on the earth.
Okay.
You understand? He made an example out of all flesh on the entire earth, and it was only Noah and his sons that was lived to tell that story. Like, listen, it was many people on the earth. It was this and it was that. We was getting down. We was having sex with these girls, and that was going on. And it was Christmas, and it was, you know what I mean. We was getting high, kickbacks, you know what I mean. Like, and then what? They was like, listen, the Lord of God of Israel, you understand, the God of Adam, you know what I mean, killed everybody. They lived to tell that story, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood.
Make thee an ark of gopher wood. So of course he's talking about a literal ark. You know what I mean? Like he's making a literal ark, and he's going to give him all the instructions on what materials to use. How the measurement should be for the materials and everything, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we know that this ark today is spiritual, you know what I mean? We abide in the body of the I.S.U.P.K, and that's an ark, you know what I mean? Y'all brothers that's sitting here right now are on this ark, because outside of this house right now, brothers are dying from celebrating Christmas, from having interracial marriages, all the one-night stands they done had, leaving the clubs and everything last night, you know what I mean? And they right now waking up infected with AIDS. They right now some of them ain't wake up at all. They did not wake up. You understand? But you abide in the body of Christ, man. You abide in the spiritual ark called the U.P.K. And you didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. You're not out in the world running around right now at this very moment. You're here. You understand? And showing diligence and being a part of what the Most High has in store for us, the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Like all of these holy days, convocations, classes, brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like we congregate with each other. All right. So the Lord is instructing Noah because Noah was with the Lord. The Lord was with Noah, and he was a perfect man, meaning he was not part of that corrupt stuff that was going on out the door. He was separate from that, and the Lord said, for that reason, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to keep you alive. You understand? I'm going to give you life. I'm going to keep you alive and your family and everything. All right? Good.
Rooms shall thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without pitch.
All right, let's go ahead. Imagine. Brother, I'll show you Allah if you could. Go ahead, state your register.
I.S.U.P.K, by Yahawda, by Yashal.
I.S.U.P.K, by Yahawda, by Yashal.
Yahawba Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahawba Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. You go ahead and let him out. The water is up. Shabu, you seated. All right, you can pick up at 16. I'm gonna let you read it all the way through, and then we're gonna come back again and break it down.
Genesis 6 and 16. A window shall thou.
15. More document. give me some water or something. About the show.
Genesis 6:15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make of it of the length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of the 50 cubit, and the height of 30 cubit. Verse 16. A window shall thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shall thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein the breath of life from under heaven and everything that is in the earth shall die. Verse 18. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Verse 20. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind. Of every creepy thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Verse 22. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded he, so did he.
All right, Most High in Christ. Let's go back up to verse 15.
Genesis 6:15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of.
All right, and this is something that we also take very seriously in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You understand? Like, some of y'all brothers may know or may not know, but when it comes down to making that camp equipment, ooh-wee, it's a fashion that you should make that camp equipment in. You understand? We got lists and procedures and preciseness of how, which kind of nails to use, which kind of wood, what's the measurements of the wood, the thickness of the wood, and everything else, man, that we have to do. Coming down to the paint and all the little hooks and chains and everything is precise. You know what I mean? And we follow those instructions just like we follow the instructions in here when we just fought being soldiers. When a brother tell you to go and get the battery charged, or a brother tell you to set the class up, or a brother tell you to, you know what I mean, guard this area, or, you know, read right there, read from right here, or, you know, all of these instructions are always precise, man. You understand? And we follow everything to the T. It's nothing in here that we not going to follow. You understand that? Right. There ain't going to be no instructions or no protocols that's going to go unfollowed. You understand? If you don't want to follow instructions or protocols, the I.S.U.P.K ain't for you. It's not the place for you. You understand? So when the Lord is telling Noah right now, it's something that's going to what? Save his life. That's what these instructions and these protocols is for. It's to save your life, to keep you in line, to make sure everything is done in decency and in order. All right? Good.
The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits.
Good.
The breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. Verse 16. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it.
All right, everybody understands that. Good.
Verse 17. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters.
You understand? He's saying, even I do bring a, like, it's like saying, like, yeah, me, like, I'm about to do it. You know what I mean? I'm about to bring a flood of waters. I'm about to cause this destruction. I'm about to tear stuff up. And that's why when we read, we say, cause it to be known that it was thou whose name alone is Yahweh. He's showing his authority right now, man. Right. He's showing what he's going to do, what he's capable of doing. And he will do it. He did it to Pharaoh. He did it to Pharaoh and all his fleet and everybody, all them people that was riding on them chariots, his army. He showed them who the Most High was. But the only way He gonna do it is if there is a perfect man or a just man, or we're a perfect nation or a just nation. Right. He's not gonna come out here exalting His authority and turning over people for what doing for what we're doing wrong, for destroying people for what we're doing wrong. No, He's gonna do it for what we're doing right. Right. You understand? Go ahead.
Upon the earth to destroy all flesh.
To do what?
Destroy all flesh.
To love all flesh.
Destroy all flesh.
To save all flesh.
Destroy all flesh.
You understand? The Most High kills, man. The Most High kills. You understand? These brothers in here was given orders to kill in certain points in this Bible, and it was righteous. It was righteous, man. So don't no Christian can tell us that this Bible is all about love and God is all about love. You better understand what He loves and what He doesn't love. You better understand what He will do for love. You understand? He will kill for love. He will kill for order and decency and protocols and structure. He will kill for that. You understand? He will kill for that. And that's what's happening right now, is it not? He's about to destroy and kill all flesh because nobody wants to be in order. Everybody wants to just be violent and be corrupt and do what the hell they want to do. And just avoid responsibilities and avoid instruction and avoid righteousness and protocols and every other thing that God gave us. You understand? Traditions, customs. Those are the things He gave us that He calls the what? The tree of life. The breath of life. You understand? We come in truth in the I.S.U.P.K. We, like I said, we not this place is holy because of what the men set before us. What they set up before us, right? Everything that Commander YAHANNA did, all of this nights they had to sleep on the floor, and him, General Mahyman, General Mayak sleeping in the floor in the hotel, side by side, one up, one down. Come on, man. That's brotherhood, is it not? Right. That's brotherhood. We embrace each other, man. We go through war with each other, we struggle with each other, and we bear one another, man. We bear one another's burdens. And that's what it takes to have the Lord on your side, man. And if you want to do something different than that, then this is not the place to be. This is not the place to be, man. This is the place where you're going to follow instructions, protocols, be brotherly, suffer with your brothers. Because why? Because Christ came and suffered for us. Christ came and suffered for us, man. It was a brother that showed us how to do it. And he was homeless. He didn't have a goddamn bed to sleep in. He was homeless. So, before brothers get filled up with pride and get ahead of themselves, you should come back to figuring out some wisdom and getting some understanding in order to be humble, so the Most High can be able to give you some increase. You understand? Whether it's in rank or in wisdom. Go ahead.
Wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
You understand? So this is the Most High did. He killed everything, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 18. But with thee will I establish my covenant.
But with thee I will establish my covenant, man. That's what we're doing. We're establishing the Most High's covenant, man. We're establishing the Most High's covenant because He made a covenant with us that if we do the right things, that He will be with us. He will not turn His back on us. You understand? Which is brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like when we come into I.S.U.P.K, whether you a trooper or officer, you're making an oath. You're joining a body of brothers and sisters where you're committed to doing whatever it takes to be righteous, to be a support to one another, to help one another and be there for each other, and not turn your back on one another or to be loyal to something else. If you want to be loyal to something else, by all means, do it over there. You understand? But in here, we made an oath. Like I said, these men before us did all of these things that we teaching in the Bible today, and that's why we're able to have brothers like you and I that's not on drugs right now. That's not gangbanging or having sex with somebody's wife or Thanksgiving and Halloween and everything else. Right. Bro, I can tell you how YAHANNA, man. Let's keep this place holy, man. You understand? Go ahead.
And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wives, and thy sons' wives with thee. Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort, shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive.
To do what?
Keep them alive.
So how are we keeping them alive? How are we keeping them alive? To keep them alive, how? It's saying, and of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. You understand? They shall be what? Male and female. Y'all know where I'm going with this. You can't keep nobody alive with that homosexual mess.
Right.
What the hell? You can't reproduce nothing. What do you think he's putting them all on the ark for anyway? To keep them alive, and then what? Giving them male and female to do what? Repopulate the earth. You can't do that with no Adam and Steve. You know what I mean? You can't do that with two homosexual relationships. Most High is not. He didn't give us homosexuality.
Right.
He gave us tie and fire. You understand? He gave us Adam and Eve, that box and that Rod Allah.
Ain't no confusion. Ain't no confusion. Ain't nothing confusing.
Right, ain't nothing confusing about that. That Rod Allah go right there in that box. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's how we stay alive. That's how we reproduce. That's how our nation flourishes. You know, we say, this such and such begat him. He begat him. He begat him. And we creating life. And then what? In that life and in those generations, we create perfect men. And those men like YAHANNA, like Noah, you know what I mean? Like Job, they're men who are prominent and that do great things in the earth. And the Most High reestablishes the covenant with the Most High, reestablishes the order that the Most High gave us and all the good things that He gave us. Go ahead, not Zucker boy.
Even in those homosexual marriages, when they be adopting kids, somebody had to stick some rod in some box for them to even adopt them kids.
Right. You think you're just making kids at the factory or something? Like
Right.
This is, you know what I mean? They okay with they want a kid, but they don't want to do what it takes to make a kid. Though.
Right.
They'll let somebody else make the kid. They'll let somebody else make the kid. You want to say something about?
So like I was about to say something about that situation where I seen a sister, my real no did that. She let a Hamite impregnate her.
Yeah, they do that all the time. They do that too. I was working at a slavery before when I was in Colombia, a little call center. These two sisters, they was lesbians, but they was looking at me and all of, so my whole time I was there, and they was like, you know what? You will be a good specimen to have our kid. I was like, what? Bro, y'all crazy? Oh, y'all fucking crazy. What do you think I'm gonna do? Go nut in the cup so y'all can go impregnate yourself and raise a child out of, you know what I mean? And with two moms somewhere? What you think? What you want me to have sex with your girl? That's okay, I'm just gonna have sex with your girl and then let y'all depart with my seed, huh? These people are corrupt. That's what the Bible talks about when talking about corruption, bro. That is corrupt.
Right.
That's corrupt, man. And think about it the other way around. Two men just going in each other's rod and then want to have a baby and find some nice sister somewhere to put his rod in and get pregnant, man. Come on, bro. You polluting this earth, man. You corrupting the earth. And the Lord destroyed it because of that. And right now, He's destroying those people. You understand? He's doing the same thing. You shall surely die.
So like if I could, one thing I know has been going on is a lot of children, especially black children, because we so oppressed in these ghettos, and it's so easy for them to just trap us up, throw us in jail. A lot of our kids getting taken through child services, and the first people on them adoption list is them damn sodomites and them bulldaggers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got tons of kids that's just getting taken from homes just for the simple fact of the mother couldn't pay the power bill this month.
Right.
Then she didn't know the kids taken out the home and being, adopted by two sodomites.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this about time for the Lord to go ahead and just burn this place.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's coming to. That's exactly what it's coming to. The Lord, this place is out of control. Like it just said, like it just said about in the time of Adam, it said the world was full of violence and corruption. That's what America is today, bro.
Right.
It's full of violence and corruption, man. Oh my goodness. Like it said, women are our oppressors and children rule over them. Man, listen. These women are oppressing black men by the millions. These women, the children are out of control because nobody's raising them right.
Right.
And then what? These other nations are getting more and more wicked every day. Oh my goodness! Like you know, they step it up every chance they get. They step it up. It's from legalizing gay marriage. That the amount of toll that's done since Obama administration has been, I mean, single-handedly a like a nuclear warhead in the black community, man. But
Like, sir, I was just gonna say, like that's why it's so important to have black men in the household.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because we got all these homosexual acts, women trying to raise a child by herself.
right,
Just like you were saying with that scripture, as far as how the children is overpowering the women. You understand? Because I mean, like we see that all through grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? Like a kid say, "Mommy, I don't want that." You know what I'm saying? And what happens? The child gets it. You know what I'm saying? But if a father, you know what I'm saying, a manly man was in there,
right,
he was like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? The light bill needs to be on, you know what I'm saying? Like rent needs to be paid, so no, you cannot have that.
right,
Versus, you know what I'm saying, the mom saying, okay, it's okay for you to have that, but you know what I'm saying, we're not gonna have lights on, you know what I'm saying? And we just got back from this whole filthy Black Friday,
right,
filthy Thanksgiving. I mean, man, like think about how many households don't have their rent paid. How many
Right.
household lights is off right now, you know what I'm saying? All because of a sale, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I think about that, I think about a gift destroyed the heart, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just, I mean, this is just a filthy place, and I am looking forward to it to burn. I just want to
right. Most High Christ, man. What that brother said, that's a wise, angry man right there. That's a wise, angry man. You understand? What he said is so heavy, man. I'm gonna share this with y'all. I seen a post on Facebook. They was like, listen, brother and sister, if you don't pay that electric bill this Friday, next Friday gonna be Black Friday too. Next Friday gonna be Black Friday too. You better pay that electric bill while y'all ain't trying to get a TV. You ain't gonna have no power to turn that thing on.
So like if I could,
Go ahead.
you know, most of that stuff that they sell on discount on Black Friday be stuff they can't sell any other time.
Yeah, like refurbished stuff or
Right.
you know what I mean?
Like
Just-
$100 big screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Get up there, it be a Joe Blow.
Right. I know. One of them names you ain't never heard before. Like Element. Walking out there with a TCB.
Right.
Nah, but for real though, you right though, man. Like you said, brothers got medical bills, brothers need Pampers, niggas, you know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of stuff that's necessary. And a black man in the household is gonna be like, nah, we can't afford this. We got this, that, and the third to do, and that's order, and that's leadership. You know what I mean?
So like if I could, and the witchcraft that's on our people is you got say for instance you got a brother on child support. You know what I'm saying? He already getting oppressed, getting his money took. Now he got added pressure on him during the holidays. You understand that you know you a terrible father if you don't go out here and buy little Johnny that new 2K for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? When you just bought him the Madden on Black Friday, you got to turn around and buy something so for him to open on Christmas Day. So it's like for black people, we already the poorest in the whole country. But yet, it's like the society forces us to go out there and do that shopping for Christmas. You understand? Forces us to go out there and just spend all our money. And then here we go broke. You understand? I done seen sisters don't even know how they gonna pay the rent. But they got them Christmas presents though. You understand? Got to have the kids a good Christmas. It's like Christmas more important than rent. It's like when it comes to rent, it's like we cross that bridge when we get there. You understand? But today is Christmas Day. You understand? And that's evil and disgusting. You know, it's something that's so against the Most High. And we wonder why every year we do the same things. We celebrate these holidays every year. And then every year our children getting molested. Every year our children are getting shot dead in the street. Every year our children, you got kids, younger kids now, getting high off of drugs, off of pills. You understand? Little 13-year-old kids overdosing on pills. You understand? And that's why the Lord allows us to go through these things, because we continue to turn against the Most High. And we need to learn this lesson from what the Lord did with Noah. because the people that lived back then, they didn't want to do it the Most High. They wanted to, celebrate holidays, sin against the Lord, be homosexuals, and be drug addicts and be killers and thieves. And the Lord had an answer for that.
Right.
You understand? The Lord got an answer for everything that we do against Him, man.
Right.
You understand? Yeah.
Right. And I was just gonna add as well too. I seen a meme where it said, a lot of people celebrate Thanksgiving and they around that uncle that molested them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's, I mean, like, that's just something, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of family members, when you think about how America is set up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't mess with Thanksgiving. We really don't mess with these holidays, but like the stigma that America has on us, it just forces us to be around family members that we don't even, really mess with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can think about, stories upon stories, just throughout my life. Just throughout my personal family. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as just family members just being phony, just being fake, talking behind your back, and then just laugh all up in your face. It's just something that that has just been forced upon us, and we really don't even mess with the holiday.
Right.
It's just a time that our slave master has given us time off to be able to hang with our families.
Right.
And that's the only reason why we do it.
Right. No, but that's very heavy. Somebody give me Zechariah 11:5 real quick. Now, what you saying is heavy though, man. Both of y'all are saying, man. And one thing that I know with Mardaki is saying, all that molestation happens in the family, man. That molestation don't be no randoms in the streets and all that. It be your uncle, your auntie, your niece, it be your family members that's molesting the kids.
Right.
And like you said, now these little girls, these little boys has been molested, and nobody know because they don't, because nobody acts like they care when they try to talk about it, or they don't believe them. You know what I mean? Like I seen this little video. The lady was talking about her daughter. Was like, you seen the video? The lady was telling her daughter like, no, he didn't. He didn't touch you. He didn't touch you. You trying to mess up my relationship. He's a good man. I need him. He's a good man. I'm not gonna let you mess him out. And the daughter steady trying to tell her like he feeling on me, like he touching me. He basically sexually harassing me, assaulting me. She ain't trying to hear it. And then guess what? They gonna have Thanksgiving. He gonna be there. They gonna all be sitting at the table, and she gonna be there vexed, in hell. You know what I mean? Like sitting right here, her mama don't care about her. This nigga, nobody's gonna stop this man from doing what he's doing to me. And what does that come from? No real man in the household, because that woman should have been with whoever that girl's dad is. Still should have been in the house, and he wouldn't be molesting his own daughter. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be doing that. But that's a lesson to these sisters that jump from one man to another and have these kids. You only opening the door for another man to be in your kid's life that's not going to value them as their children. But it's going to see them as somebody that's somebody they could potentially make a move on. And that's just dangerous for you and your household, man. You know what I mean? These sisters better come into I.S.U.P.K and learn what it means to marry somebody.
Right.
So go ahead.
So like if I could, around here in South Carolina, in the upstate South, at least as far as I know for sure, the upstate South Carolina, child molestation is rampant in the black community. And majority of the cases where the child gets molested is from the boyfriend or husband of the mother. Majority of the cases. That's the truth. Understand? And see, around here, like, I haven't lived everywhere, so I can't speak on everywhere, but I do know for sure around here, ain't too many wives in the black community. It's a whole lot of baby mamas. And some of them baby mamas, most of them baby mamas got multiple baby daddies. Which if you look at that, then you see the danger and how much at risk our children are in this society. You understand? Because a lot of black women they don't, like, we so conditioned to be against the black man. Even black men are against black men. You got black men talking about men they a dog and man need to take care of his woman and blah 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 blah. And you ain't even got a woman. You understand? Go ahead.
And Shalagi, and most men say that just to get the box.
Just to
Right.
get the
Right.
Just to get the box.
That's it. Box with no responsibility.
Right, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
That's right.
Throw it back.
And listen, that brother, what he's saying is heavy, bro. That's really going on every day, and I seen a couple videos. That's just what got caught on tape, but it's happening every day, all day, man. It's a very lustful spirit in the air in America, man. So much lust, and that's what homosexuality is. It's lust. Got nothing to do with no goddamn love. It don't got nothing to do with love. It's just lust, nigga. Two brothers want to just do all kind of sexual deviancies, and that's what it's all about. They have sex with one another, sex with the homeboy, the roommate, the dad, everybody, whoever come around. They just all lust, and that's the same thing that's even in the heterosexual atmosphere too. I mean, men are having sex with women; they just want to have sex. Women just having sex, and everybody think about the responsibilities later. When they got them, now it's on their plate and they can't get rid of it. And then what? Now you talking about you love your kids, and you throw that man away. You don't love that kid, man. You don't love that kid if you throw that man away, because now you're gonna want another man, and he gonna come into your life, and he gonna have a lustful spirit, and your daughter gonna start to get older, and he gonna start to see her. Or some of these niggas don't even care about if they older or not. They're little girls, and it just look and have just some corrupt thoughts in their minds. I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? And that's all what it boils down to. And they will fill on your daughter. They will fill on your son. You understand? All of these different beliefs they got these days in Egyptology and chematology, where they got rods in their mouth in their history. Like, they believe in all of that. They believe in all of that. They believe in being naked around the kids, and it's a part of nature and being natural. Nature. It's gonna be naked, and here's my rod, and touch it and get to know it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got a rod too. Let me touch your rod. You know what I mean? Like, feel comfortable. No, man. Go ahead.
So like I said, I was gonna talk about a situation that happened where I'm from, Greenwood. My sister, she started talking to her brother and had a baby by the brother. But the sister, after she had the baby, maybe like 4 months later, she found out that the brother had a child molestation case on him, like fresh, like it just had happened like 6 months before he moved down to South Carolina.
Yeah.
And she didn't even know. She just rushed into it, not even thinking about any type of responsibilities or if she knew anything about this brother.
Right.
And had a baby by him, had a daughter by him, and come to find out he had molested another sister's daughter in North Carolina. And the sister in South Carolina had 2 kids already, plus the baby she had just had by him.
Wow.
And she said on Facebook, she's like, I wish I would have took time to find out who I was talking to.
Right. And that's like you said, that's the epitome of it all, man.
It's when hot girl summer goes like.
No, you could. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say when hot girl summer go wrong.
Right.
Part 2.
Turn into a cold winter.
Right.
You understand? So, like, at the end of the day, that's very important what y'all brothers is bringing out, and hopefully these sisters that watch this video hear us and take heed to this, man.
Oh, so like if I could, I wanted to go ahead and bring this out. There was a situation that we dealt with here in Greenville, where it was a brother that used to be in the school. It was like soon after he started coming to the school, his niece like had a dream where she finally confessed to everybody that she been getting molested for like 6 years. So she finally confessed it, and she confessed it to her grandmother. Her grandmother made 2 phone calls. One to her son, who called the UPK. The other call to her pastor. Her pastor told her to pray about it. And when she called the UPK, I called Captain Mashat. You understand? And we all was getting counsel from the generals, and from what the generals did and had us do in the UPK, we from day one, as soon as she confessed it, it put an end to her child molestation, because she stopped getting molested from that point. Because now we got the cops involved. Cops started investigating, separated everybody, so we put a stop to that child molestation. And as far as that situation goes, the mother didn't believe her. The mother reacted angrily about it, didn't want to believe it. And after everything came out, It turned out the mother had been molested as a child, and nobody did anything about it. The boyfriend was molested as a child, and nobody did anything about it. And then when they grew up, the mother was very promiscuous. She worked third shift and went out hoeing on her nights off, and left her boyfriend at home to babysit the kids every single night. So every single night, that man was going home and molesting her little girl. And it finally came out, and the only people in the world that gave a damn was the men in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
You understand? And because of that, that's why it's so important for brothers and sisters to get into the UPK, because out here in this world, it's treacherous. You understand? That's like walking barefoot and unarmed through the jungle, thinking you're gonna make it to the other side. You understand? It's lions, tigers, anacondas, and alligators in that jungle. Poison ivy, spiders,
tarantulas.
You know, like Buddy said in American Gangster, it's mosquitoes that'll kill your ass. You understand? And that's what you're dealing with out here in this world. Because this world ain't designed for a black person to make it. Right. This world is designed for a black person to be destroyed. Right. You understand? And out here in this world, it's like it might taste good being in the world, but rat poison tastes good. That's what they use to sweeten Dr. Pepper or some all them little sweet sodas. Like aspartame. I think they put aspartame in it. That's rat poison. It's in all kind of Kool-Aid, Dr. Pepper, Tahitian treat.
And like I was going to say, like I did a little research on that aspartame, and it's like 10 times worse than regular sugar. 10 times worse than regular sugar.
Good night. You know what I mean? That's what it's like out here in this world, man.
Yeah, man.
And outside of the UPK, there's no defense against child molestation.
Right.
You understand? Because you can't call your pastor. He molesting kids his damn self.
Right.
You understand? He molesting little Johnny, little Becky, and all that. Like the brother in Brooklyn. That I don't know if it was in Brooklyn, but I know a situation in Brooklyn. The bishop was molesting his kids.
Oh yeah.
And then he was getting molested by his father. So it was generational molestation going on. You understand? And all of them went to the same church.
It's very real, man.
You understand? And that's who we look to for our moral guidance in America. You understand? Them lustful pigs in that Christian church. You understand? Them child molesting homosexuals in that Christian church is who we listen to. That's why a lot of black men don't go to church. But you find all these black women in the church, and you ever notice that them women that go to church be jumping from man to man to man to man, having kid after kid with different men, and then wonder why their child get molested, or wonder why their child saying that they got molested. Right. You understand? They don't even believe the child. They just like, no, you lying. I don't believe that. Ain't nobody touching on you. You understand? But there needs to be a defense against that. And right now, the only defense, just like how the only defense for brothers and sisters back in those days was that art, the only defense in this day is the I.S.U.P.K.
That's absolutely correct, man. That sounds crazy, man. Mardaki, give me that. Whoever had that Zechariah, let me get it.
Zechariah 11:5. Who possessors slay them.
Whose possessors do what?
Slay them.
Our possessors slay us, man, in this place called America. And all over, in the UK and South America, Central America, they slay us. Go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
They don't give a damn. They don't care about it. They look at it as something righteous that they're doing. They look at it as like, oh, well, they're doing the world a favor by getting remember that little song that Justin Bieber was saying, another lonely dead nigga or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. They sing songs about it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And they that sell them say.
And they that sell them say. So this is what I was going to bring out right here, because what Natazaka Ball was saying about that Black Friday and how we out here, in the streets and we killing one another and we sinning against the Lord, but we ain't doing nothing but making our oppressors rich at the same time.
Right.
Go ahead.
Blessed be the
You
Lord.
understand? That's what they saying. They saying, blessed be the Lord every time we lining up with them shopping carts like sardines. You know what I mean? To go spend all our money that we don't have on their products and their goods. Why? And then what happens? We get poor and they get rich. And they gonna say, bless the Lord. Go ahead.
For I am rich.
For I am rich. You understand? Our oppressors slay us, hold themselves not guilty, and they get rich off of us, man. And they say, blessed be the Lord. You understand? Like KKK is a Christian organization. They would kill Negroes in the name of Jesus Christ, man. They would say, blessed be the Lord. Another nigga, another dead nigga. You understand? Blessed be the Lord. Look at, you know what I mean? Martin Luther King being such a coon, what he did, he convinced us to go into their shops. They didn't even want us there. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they like, well, look at these dumb niggas. You know what I mean? They could just go down there and eat their fried chicken and watermelon. They come down here. They just can't. They just got to give us their money. All because of our leadership, man. You know what I mean? And this is the reason why we out here today celebrating Thanksgiving, celebrating all of this stuff, and why we're so corrupt because of our leadership, man. Like Dr. Zagabar was just saying, these pastors supposed to be they supposed to be the bridge between us and righteousness, us and Most High or Christ. You understand? They're supposed to be the bridge, but instead they're the bridge to corruption. They're the bridge to lawlessness. They're the bridge to molestation, to murder, to AIDS, single parent homes, abortions, all of that, rape. That's what they're the bridge to. You know what I mean? And that's why, and then they lead us to the slaughter, and these other people look at us and say, oh, we are not guilty. It's not our fault. You know what I mean? We doing what the Lord want us to do. We getting rid of these niggas. We rich. We this and we that. You had to say something about?
Yeah, I was gonna say to add on what you were saying about Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did he do that, but he also convinced black people that it's better for us to kill our children than to be in poverty.
Right.
And then even after 50 years of killing our babies, guess what?
Still in poverty.
Still in poverty. So the shit, excuse my language, but
I know sweat.
the shit ain't work.
Right.
Excuse me.
All right. Well, I just wanted to bring that out, but he's like he said, "Blessed be the Lord." They that seldom say, "Blessed be the Lord," for I am rich. And what else did they say after that?
And their own shepherds
and
pity them not.
And their own shepherds pity them not, man. Our own leaders are not here for us. Our own leaders don't care about what our destruction. Martin Luther King don't pity us. Right. Farrakhan, T.D. Jakes, they don't pity us, man. These pastors don't pity us. They don't care. They're not sorrow. They don't have no sorrow for what's going on for their people. Like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and come out to all of these rallies and stuff, but they don't pity us because they could be doing something to prevent those things from happening.
Right.
But instead, they take the opportunity to get publicity in our calamity, man. All right, let's go ahead and continue on this story real quick, man. But nonetheless, like you said, this ark that Noah's building is absolutely spiritual, man. It's absolutely spiritual. It's a physical vessel, but at the end of the day, it was instructed by the Lord to do these things in order to live because he was perfect. And this is what it means. This is what you have to be saved, to have the protection of the Lord. You have to be perfect, man. All right, go ahead.
Genesis 6:20. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creepy thing of the earth as his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all foods that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food. It shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him.
Daughter did to all, to what? All, right? All God commanded him, man. Like I said, every little thing, man, all these laws. It said not one of these least laws, you know what I mean, shall be broken, right? That's the same thing it goes for instructions. All of the instructions and traditions, 6-month rule, protocols, like all of that is very important to the T. It's important. And if you don't think it's important, go flash back to when you was in the world, when you were just doing things according to your heart and to your gut. And where did that get you? Right, exactly, man. So Lord, you got to do all the things that God commands us. Everything that's put in before us by our masters according to the flesh. who guard our souls. Go ahead.
So did he.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
That was 22? Okay, Most High Christ. All right, let's go ahead and Amadia. Marduk, if you could.
Mardakia, Banya Hawda, Banya Sha'ala,
Marduk, Ban Yahawah, Ban Yasha'ala.
Yahal Bashim Yahal Shabrakatham.
Yahawah Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah. All right, Yeshua means be seated. Let's start off at verse 7.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 7 and verse 7.
No, chapter 7, verse 1.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Verse 2. Of every clean beast, thou
Every what?
every clean
Every
beast,
what?
every clean.
Here we go again. All of these scriptures show you that there was laws. There was already dietary laws before Leviticus, before they came up with the dietary law. It was already done already. Leviticus was just when it was written. Adam already had the dietary laws. That's how Noah got them. That's how all of his household got them. They all had dietary laws. There was already clean animals and unclean animals. Go ahead.
Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male of his feet and his female.
Right, you understand? So there was more of the clean animals that were put together in pairs to what? Have more clean animals and less of the unclean animals to have, because we didn't need them so much. You know what I mean? Those animals would be like how, they have their own purposes as far as the ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, making things grow and fertilizing and, what is it called? The chain of life. What is it? The animal food life or whatever it's called. Circle of life, right? You know what I mean? That's just what all it was, because we needed them for those reasons. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Like the shrimp and crab and stuff. They clean the ocean. You know what I mean? So we need them, but we're not going to eat them though. Go ahead.
It's like the general brought out the night before last. He's talking about how you got this one group of people, they eat horses. And he's like, but you got the other group of people, they don't eat horses.
Right.
He said the group of people that eat horses, they can't go nowhere because they ate all the damn horses.
Right.
But then the people that don't eat the horses, guess what? They figured out that you can ride this horse.
Right.
Exactly. You can go 300 miles.
Exactly. That's the epitome of what we're reading right now. Like, there's animals that we don't eat, but we need them for some things. Like, they're so useful for something like riding. You know what I mean? Or cleaning the earth or repopulating or fertilizing. You know what I mean? So that's what he's saying right now. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
You understand? That's exact. So like I said, we want to keep those good things plentiful. We need a lot of lamb. No, we not? And we're not going to need a lot of lamb coming this April?
Right.
We're going to need a lot of lamb. So we're going to need that in the sevens and reproducing right now yesterday. You know what I mean? So we can have a good amount of lambs to choose from and still have lamb left over to replenish for the next. You know what I mean? Next. You know what I mean? So we got to have it to keep the seed alive. Go ahead.
Verse 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth. 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him.
Unto what?
Unto all.
Unto what?
Unto all.
You understand? There it is again, bro. Like, it's not no half stepping in here, bro. Ain't no half stepping in here, man. Go ahead.
Unto all that the Lord commanded him. Verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. Verse 7. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood.
All right, drop that. That's it. So of course, like Noah was 600 years old. The flood began. He got all his family and everybody on the ark, and they was ready. They was ready to weather the storm. Right? Imagine. I'm buying Quran if you could. Station registry out.
Abun Kara, Abun Yahweh, Abun Yasha'Allah.
Abun Kara, Abun Yahweh, Abun Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Bashem Yashab Rakatham.
Yahweh Bashem Yashab Rakatah. Alright, Yashabi. Alright, you can just pick off at 8.
Come.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 9. There went in two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. Verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open.
Y'all understand what that means, right? All right, this was after the flood and the way, you know, that skies break apart and then the sun come out, and it's like, damn, the storm is over, right? Good.
Verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Verse 13. And the self same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons, with them into the ark. Verse 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, and every bird of every sort.
All right, and that's just what it is, man. You know what I mean, that's just what it is. So at the end of the day, the flood would happen after Noah, the animals, his wives, his wife, his kids, and their wives all got onto the ark, and they weathered the storm. Go ahead and just continue, motherfucker. Just go ahead.
Kind of what kind, sir. Verse 15. And they went unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. Verse 16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. Verse 17. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. Verse 18. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. Verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life.
All in whose nostrils was what?
The breath of life.
What is that? Go ahead, boss.
Would that be the people that knew the commandments?
That's correct. Well, the breath of life is the commandments. It is the laws. It is the laws and commandments. That's what the breath of life is. And they all had that. You understand? Like we said. So if we knew that Adam had the breath of life, Adam was given the breath of life. You know, Noah being perfect, he had the breath of life as well, and that's why the Lord saved him. And then after the flood, him and everyone that was there had the breath of life. Even though eventually they would be split up into different nations, it's just how it is today. The Israelites will have the breath of life. We will have the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if we follow those laws, statutes, commandments, and teach them, then we can have the whole entire earth in order. All right, go ahead.
Khan. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died.
You understand? Everybody that was not following laws, statutes, commandments, that was living in the earth that day, they died. And that's still the fate of a sinner today.
All right.
Death. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle and the creeping things and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from earth. It's like from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. Verse 24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days.
All right, Most High Christ. So everybody understands that, all right? All of that time they was in the earth, you know what I mean? The flood, and you can go and then, I mean, a lot of people always talk about the Bible and the validity of the Bible, but you can go into many different civilizations in their history, and they all have a flood story.
Right.
They all have a flood story. They're going to tell you that it was a flood on the earth, and it was real. You know what I mean? Why? Because what? Because Ham and Japheth and Shem repopulated the earth, and Ham became the what? Progenitor of the Africans.
Right.
Ham knew about the flood. Just Japheth became the progenitor of what? All the Asiatics, like what are they?
Hawaiians.
Yeah, like all of them. You know what I mean? And saying so. Long story short, those people that lived after the flood repopulated the earth, and they knew to tell the story. You understand? So that's why everybody has a flood story. All right, so you got something you want to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that even mainstream science is starting to back the flood story.
Mm-hmm.
Like now they argue over when it happened and how it happened, but the one thing they know for sure is that at one point in time this earth was flooded.
Right.
They do know that for sure.
Right. You're right. I mean, so at the end of the day, you want to know the Bible. You can prove the Bible is valid for in a lot of ways. You know what I mean, the chariots at the bottom of the Red Sea. You know what I mean, all the archaeology that we find with that Lashawan Kodash on it, the holy tongue. Not this right here. This gibberish. Talking about that Lashawan written in stone. You know what I mean, and then more and more stuff like ancient artifacts with shields on them and so many other different things. Those stones, what they called steel stones. I forgot what they call.
Which ones you talking
like like the tablets they used to write on back in the day, and like the Chinese have one, and they had it on. It was written, and it was talking about David and
Oh, they had the Moabite stone.
right, the Moabite stone.
They got the Decalogue stone.
The Decalogue stones. Like all of those things are historic artifacts that talk about something pertaining to biblical history. So the Bible is absolutely real. You know what I mean? Even the prophecies. All right, so with that, everybody, Ahmadu. This chalice. Let's make sure you do. All right, you can just put your hand up if you want this one right here. Okay. Turn the face. Salute Israel.
La Yasha'Allah.
La Yasha'Allah. Alright, put that down. Slug go get the horn. Alright. Oh, hold it right quick. Let me get this. Alright, so you got the prayers down there. So everybody, Amadim, you already understand. Upon y'all, Hakwadum means turn to face the east. You want to start the prayers?
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abba Noah.
Abba Noah.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
I.S.U.P.K.
COMCAST.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Malapuka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka.
I.S.U.P.K.
Ba'arataza. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathananah. Lakam. Kal. Lawam. Masalaklanah. Kawawafnah. Kasalaknah. Kawawafyanah. Wala'ah. Taba YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashayna.
Hawashayna.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'Allah.
Waha'Allah.
Wahata pa'arataza. Salaki. Wahata pa'ara.
Wahata para.
La'awalamya.
La'awalamya.
Amam.
Amen. In the English, Lord's Prayer, Our Father,
Our
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
And
the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
Forever.
So be it.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushua. Barak Lanawa. Wayasha'ala. Wahabaya. Saparia. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magan. Bahashim Yahushua. Tawad Aman.
All right, bless Israel in the English. Yahweh.
In the
name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you.
So be it. The prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushua. Babakushah. Nathan Lanawa. Hakat. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makalah. Wakal Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarium. Hakat. Lahakwayim. Hamathium. Hakat. Al-Rakawa. Hatama Allah. Lagara Shah. Bahashim Yahushua. Tawad Aman.
All right, pray for the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al. Hahoya. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Azariah. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'aratiza. Al-Yatan. Lamawat. Ragatha. Al-Yanawan. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawan. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamah. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazarka. Ayah. Yamyamka. Yawamah. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarab. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makara. Yashamar. Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'aka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'ata. Wa'ad. Awalam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot. To be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade.
Upon
upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
For he shall preserve thy soul.
For he shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahai.
Alahai.
Al. Namaya. Laka. Al Takarash. Wa Al Tashakwat. Al. Kayahana. Our Yabika. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Alamaka. Ya'ara Sawada. Wayata. Ya'achizal. Al-Tazah Pawanyaka. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakedam. Magaya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'al. Iwada. Kaya. Nawa Aitazal. Laba. Yakadwa. Ayaka. Baya. Yakarakwa. Ahaya. Adawam. Wa. Yashamai. Allah. Yam. Mawa'abia. Mawa'aba. Mahagayam. Gabal. Wa'aimawan. Wa'aimalak. Palasha. Amyashabia. Tazawar. Gam. Ashawar. Nalawa. Aman. Hayawa. Zarawa. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabian. Banaka'al. Kayash. One. Nasham. Yashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ara. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayatamwa. Nada. Ya. Mawa. Ka'ara. Wakaza'aba. Wakazazal. Mana'ai. Kal Nasayakamwa. Asha. Amawa. Nayarasha. Lanawa. Na'awa. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagalgaka. Kagagala. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rawaka. Ka'ash. Taba'ira. Ya'ira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Taradatma. Basa'araka. Wabasa. Wapatka. Tabahalam. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Palawan. Waya. Bakwashwa. Shamka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahawa. Aya. Ai. Waya. Kaparwa. Waya. Abadwa. Waya. Da'aiwa. Kaya. Ata. Shamka. Yahweh. Labadka. Ayawan. Al-Kalha. Aratazah.
All right, Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence. O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee. Have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come,
Let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
Being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
Shall be no more remembrance.
shall be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
Of Moab.
of Moab
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes.
Gebal.
Cabal
And Ammon.
and Ammon
And Amalek.
and Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As unto Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As unto Jabin.
At the brook of Kassan.
At the brook of Kassan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb
And like Zeb.
and like Zeb.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes.
all their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Amunah.
And as Amunah.
Who said.
Who said,
Let us take to ourselves.
let us take to ourselves
The houses of Yahweh.
the houses of Yahweh
In possession.
in possession.
Oh my Yahweh.
O my Yahweh,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As they stumble before the wind.
as a stumble before the wind,
As the fire burneth for wood.
like the fire burning the wood,
And as the flame set up the mountains on
and as
fire.
the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them afraid.
and make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded.
Trouble.
Trouble.
Forever.
Ever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou.
that thou,
Whose name alone.
whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Alright, give me 1 second right quick. Sorry, matter of fact, no, everybody stay where we at, right? Give me 1 second. Alright. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Salaki, we're doing a prayer for this is the curses. Alright.
Okay.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth,
And all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now,
Right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses,
Punishment and destruction.
and punishment and destruction,
And death.
and death
To the heathen.
to the heathen
That speak against us.
that speak against us.
Thy prophets.
That thy
front. Let's get that one trumpet blow one more good time. That was a blow, boy. Hey, get out of hand just now. Blowing of the trumpets. All right, we ain't got no sisters to salute, so we just gonna have to salute the brothers, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh. All right, so is there anybody that needs to be anointed at this time? All right, Most High in Christ, go ahead and have the brother come down. Mardak, if you could get the camera set up, so we can, brothers, we can step up front. You can just, you can stand on, stand on. You gonna put the camera right there? That's too loud. All right, come over, Bond, come over some more. Come over. Yeah, that's all right. Do we have the prayers on paper? The anointing prayer? Alright, let's put that one real quick. Alright, I got it. You can oil the brother. Alright, Most High in Christ. So only the brothers up here gonna repeat after me. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
YAHANNA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
YAHANNA. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Slagi Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Hagun.
Ashaya Allah.
Ashaya
Allah. Ashaya Allah.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Duwada Aman. In the English we say, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, and protect. All right, Most High in Christ. Is there anybody else? All right, come on up, man. You go up. All right. Again, only the brothers up here are going to repeat. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
YAHANNA.
Yahweh.
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 Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
YAHANNA.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Hagun.
Kazakh
Kazakh
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Duwada Aman. Again in the English, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, and protect. Most High in Christ. Is there anybody else? All right, with that, we're going to conclude the class. Everybody, good job, all right? Most High in Christ.